I debated writing a script for this video, but I went back and forth with the idea that I'd be putting more effort into a YouTube discussion video than Sledgehammer Games put into their campaign. My name is Big Fry, and it's gloves off for these fucking people this year. Let's get into it. This video is gonna have spoilers, but honestly, trust me, like, it doesn't matter because the storyline here was so fucking terrible that there's just no semblance of a cohesive storyline to spoil for you. Even for the over-the-top, like, Hollywood-esque nature of these campaigns, this is one of the worst writing displays that I've seen in a Call of Duty title, I think, ever. The game opens up and you're playing as Shadow Company breaking Makarov out of prison. He then gets his hands on some chemicals enough to destroy an entire country. Price and 141, they want to stop this from happening. So in a slew of what they're calling open combat missions, where instead of that cinematic squad gameplay where you guys are moving around and guys are clearing corners, you got the voice lines and that immersive factor that the Modern Warfare games have brought in the reboots. Like, if you guys remember Clean House, you know the kind of shit I'm talking about. We're instead dropped into large open environments called open combat missions, where you're tasked with, well, in one level, you're blowing up 3 helicopters, entering a bunker, watching chemicals explode, and then running to the roof and extracting. Or in another case, you play as Farah, who's infiltrating this area at night where a plane crashed. You have to find cell phones on the ground to piece together what happened on the plane. You hack them and then you extract. All the while in this mission, you're supposed to have cover from Alex, who it was just nowhere to be found. There was no voice line. There was nothing. You infiltrated and then you left. It felt like playing DMZ, but with a story like so detached from anything decent, I just wanted it to be over. The main problem with this execution is the fact that the AI are some of the dumbest I've seen in a COD title. Sometimes the enemies will just sit next to you on cover nearby and look at you, like this guy. Is that a fucking juggernaut? What happened, dude? What are you doing over here? And other times you're getting spotted from 150 meters away while you're in tall grass in the middle of the fucking night. This is what blows my mind. You're telling me that I'm getting spotted over here? Right now, for our AI, we're working on getting the light manager, and actually it's working now, where if you're sitting in darkness, like, AI have a tougher time seeing you. And it doesn't even feel like they attempted to do anything like that here, you know? It's supposed to be that intense infiltration style, kind of half-ass stealth gameplay, but they didn't put any effort into the AI to make it this way. The entire campaign, you're getting intel via Discord calls with 141 for some of the cutscenes. There are real cinematics that I think look really, really good. And then there are other mission intros where it's just Discord calls and you're just seeing pictures fly everywhere. But then you get a mission where you play as Laswell, infiltrating this random camp to speak to a random officer on a base to get intel. And this mission was just fucking terrible. You enter this base, you don't look at anyone, or they'll just do this. What the fuck? What happened? You see a guy walking to another building with a suit, you kill him, grab his key card, you go into the main HQ. Cuts to a cinematic, then missiles attacked, so you need to run to the roof and extract while chemicals break out again. It was so low effort from a billion-dollar studio that I think certain indie devs can pull off better level and game design. I was honestly appalled at how bad the first 5 missions of the game were. But then things start to pick up a little bit. We have a flashback sequence to Verdansk Stadium where Price is talking about how he had a chance to kill Makarov. So they are going and breaching into the Verdansk Stadium, and there are AI running everywhere, dead bodies. The cinematic here, like the element of like cinematography was so great. And watching the AI interact with the environment, running around everywhere, you're trying to shoot guards while not shoot at AI. That mission was fucking awesome. And I was like, okay, well, it took 5 missions to get here and they were all bullshit. maybe we have a chance. And then we get to the terrorist attack plane sequence, the no Russian hype that they set up for this game, and it was nowhere to be found. You're on an airplane, some guy points to you that, oh, hey, I know your whole family. They go to take over the plane, and it's weird. You fight off the guy, grab his gun, shoot a couple of guys, and then that's it. They grab you, they strap a bomb to you, and that's the mission. Like, it was so low effort. Like, I'm gonna say this. You can feel in every level, even the ones I enjoyed, where they rushed this title. This game was supposed to be a year 2 DLC for Modern Warfare 2, but hear me out. I don't think they were planning to release the campaign this year. I think what the plan was they were going to do 16 remastered maps, the cutthroat game mode, and all of the multiplayer stuff that, here's the thing, I actually do enjoy based on what I played in the beta. I'm still excited for the multiplayer portion of this game. But what I think happened internally is they discussed the idea of making this a full-blown title, and at the time, whoever made the call decided to, instead of giving Sledgehammer or whoever 3 years to work on this campaign, they decided to say, hey, it needs to be done now. Because some missions are so fleshed out. There's one where you're fighting with Price on a rooftop against a bunch of like Shadow Company and this other faction named Coney, like terrible name. But the mission was so cool because you're jumping in and out of buildings. It's this huge construction area. You're fighting on rooftops. You're trying to capture Makarov's like right-hand man, get him away on this fucking balloon. And I thought that mission was really well done. And then it jumped to the Arctic or wherever the fuck we are in the middle of the winter. I don't know what's going on in the story. The story is so detached and segmented and trash. I have no idea what's going on. General Shepard is just in this convoy of vehicles that we blow up from under the water. And the thing is the whole campaign, they're setting up General Shepard to be this fucking bad guy, right? Even last time, he's an asshole. Price wants him dead. In the first 30 seconds of them interacting face to face, they hand him a pistol, and now he's part of our team. It made no fucking sense. But now we have to escort this old fuck to the extract. And I will say the mission itself was a pretty fleshed out Call of Duty style mission. A lot of cinematic moments. There were snipers shooting at you. You had to shoot them. They were wearing like thermal ghillie suits so you couldn't see them with the thermal scope. I thought that was cool. Out of this entire campaign, you might have 4 missions that are decent/good, and the rest were absolute bare bones trash. The ending, which if you played the original games, you knew it was coming. Soap gets got, but the way they handled it was so fucking terrible. We're defusing this bomb. Makarov and his guys come around the corner. They shoot Soap, they shoot Price, but then all of a sudden, Makarov is like holding his gun towards you with his, keep in mind, he has an army of guys behind him, but somehow Soap manages to get up from being shot, attack Makarov, who then puts the final bullet in him, all while his guys are just behind him, just what, jerking off? Like, how did that even happen? Everything about this game was so low effort, Hollywood B-level bullshit. Normally, I'm not one to judge Call of Duty on like hyper realistic stories. We all know it's Hollywood bullshit, but this is like the worst Fast and Furious movie, just 4 hours worth of stupid rushed content. And the one thing that I really noticed about this game compared to Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 was the way that the characters move around this environment who are on your team. When you're playing Clean House or when you're playing Wolf's Den from Modern Warfare 2019, you can see the soldiers are moving around. It's very tough to see like animation clipping, and it's hard. Dude, they pulled me into those games with how immersive it was. Whereas in this one, I look around, I see AI teammates are pathing in very clear like game ways, animations glitching between them, turning. Like, you can tell the polish here is just at a way lower level than Infinity Ward when it comes to this campaign. And I've been hearing rumors that Infinity Ward helped with this campaign, made the campaign. Look, the fucking credits were as long as the goddamn game itself. And whoever made this game were rushed, or they were lazy. They cut corners. They sold you a product that is so subpar to the former campaigns. And I'm just so sick and tired of it. Modern Warfare 3's beta for the multiplayer has me interested. I think that game plays the best Call of Duty that we have played in a long time, and I'm still very excited for that multiplayer release. But I do know that there's a lot of people in this community that enjoy jumping into the Call of Duty campaigns because they're there. Their story, it's modern. You know, you don't really get a really like high Hollywood cinematic style. If you're buying this game for the campaign, fucking just I urge you, don't. It's clear as day that some of these missions were fleshed out and designed well, and they definitely spent their time there, while other missions, they did the open combat, so they didn't have to work on AI programming for teammates. They left you in there by yourself. The big problem that I had with the open combat missions is, why couldn't you just have given us co-op? If you're gonna make all of these concessions and sacrifices because you need to rush, you don't want to give us AI teammates, why not let us play the campaign in co-op? I think it's about fucking time that Call of Duty gives us full co-op campaigns. There is absolutely no reason why you cannot do this. You have all of the networking infrastructure for your multiplayer. You have raids. You have all of this stuff. You're a multiplayer-centric studio or set of studios. The open combat missions would have been way easier to digest if I could jump in there with a teammate and actually attack these objectives from different ways. One person could use a sniper while they're covering the other person on the ground. You could have done something with it instead of dropping us into an open area that is essentially Warzone, the fucking single player game. And I'll say this, just so you guys can know how bad this year's campaign was, IGN gave it a 4 out of 10. The same IGN that for years would just refuse to give Call of Duty anything less than a 7 or an 8. Even they're saying the campaign was fucking trash. The number I gave at the end of my stream yesterday was a 4 out of 10. I never would have thought that IGN and me would be on the same page for a Call of Duty title. That's how bad this fucking game is. Imagine taking the beloved Modern Warfare franchise and driving it into the fucking ground the way that you have. I equated 2019's Modern Warfare reboot to Call of Duty 4 in terms of injecting hype into this community again. We were getting to the end of Black Ops 4 and dudes were just tired of playing the same fucking bullshit ass Call of Duties every single year. Modern Warfare 2019 came out and it was like, whoa, this is a quality title for the first time in years, and you can see that it was built with passion. And now we're getting to a point, and we're here a lot sooner than last time, where the passion and the quality standard of the campaigns are clearly being stripped away in lieu of focusing on the microtransactions and the multiplayer, the Warzone, and all of that stuff. Here's where I'm at. I put a tweet out yesterday. We're going to get into just a little bit of a discussion on where I'm at with Call of Duty. I like buying Call of Duties because it's $70 a year and I can at least get, 100, 150, 200 hours out of the multiplayer, the Warzone, and all of that stuff. And I'm okay with spending $70 to get the entire package. I do know there's a lot of people sitting here saying that the campaign was trash and I can't believe they had the audacity to charge $70 for it. If you're one of those people who are just buying Call of Duty for the campaigns, yeah, you're probably going to get fucked this year. But if you take it for what they offer with the multiplayer, the maps, the gameplay changes, and all of that stuff, I'm still excited for it. And I do think that my purchase is going to be warranted when we do get into the multiplayer starting next week. I'm not one of those people that are going to excuse away bullshit because I'm excited for another portion of the game. This package should be the same quality level or higher than Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2, in terms of the storyline, I thought it was a little bit weaker, but the game was still polished in a way that if you played it, you could at least get some enjoyment out of it. There is zero fucking enjoyment out of the campaign for Modern Warfare 3. And my thing is I don't even know if I should blame the devs or if I should blame the publisher. I don't fucking care. All I know is the game's campaign is fucking trash. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, even Infinity Ward is kind of on my shit list. I don't really know what the next Call of Duty title is gonna look like. And I'll be honest, if the multiplayer isn't hitting the way that it was in the beta, if they change the tick rates of the servers, or they do some fuck shit in between now and launch, I don't know what's gonna happen. But all I'm gonna say is, I think that we're hitting a point now where the yearly COD cycle just isn't working anymore. Modern Warfare 2019 was, in my opinion, the reboot that this franchise needed, and every single game that came after was a step down. And here's the thing now with Modern Warfare 3, so far with the campaign, it feels like it's not a step down, but like we took a fucking escalator to the bottom. I love giving credit where credit, God, this is turning into a fucking ramble. I love giving credit where credit is due when it comes to the execution of releasing a game every single year. The amount of effort and structure and organization that it takes for these studios to come together and do this is nothing short of incredible to watch from the sidelines, especially someone who is in game dev as a project manager role. It is so fucking impressive to me. But then when we get products like this, where it's clear that the yearly cycle is the reason why the games turn out the way that they are, then we have a fucking problem. And I'm hoping with the acquisition from Microsoft for Activision Blizzard, there needs to be some changes. And I'm hoping that those changes start in the next couple of years. Because if we have to go through 2 more years of non-Modern Warfare games that are subpar the way Vanguard and Cold War were, man, we're in trouble. My name is Big Fry. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm still excited for the multiplayer next week because I really enjoyed that beta, but I gotta say, this is tainting it just a little bit. Subscribe for more content just like this, guys. I will see you on the next one.